Hello, everyone. How's it going? Lori, Joe, Ebony, Sherry, Larissa, T-Bird. Good morning, everyone. Or afternoon. Kurirto, how's it going? Evening for Kurirto. There you go. Hope y'all are having a good day. All right, well, more Mossy Roof today. I'm pretty excited. This should be another good stream. I realized last time I did it a little bit thick, a little bit too much moss at the very bottom sections. So I deleted 2 rows of it on the bottom, and then off camera I just did this little continuation over here because that's all I had time for. Good news is I am working on the next build video. It should be out next week. It has been like 3.5 works in the weeking. 3.5 weeks in the working. I can't talk today. Yeah, so that'll be really exciting though. It's gonna be the ultimate cozy forest build, and it is just turning out amazing. I am absolutely loving it. So the build itself is done. It's just time for interior decoration on it, which is super exciting. But yeah, with that said, I guess we could get started on some more mossing. And today, the biggest thing is once we get a lot of this section covered, I want to start by continuing this roof all the way back, kind of to here. And then we'll do some trim around it to cover up the edges and make that all look really nice, because that's a really important piece for mossy roofs. So definitely stay tuned. Just hang out, get cozy, and chat about anything, I guess. We were making up all the VUCA lore last time. Can't wait to see when it's posted. Yeah, I can't wait to post it. It's really turning out good. It really is. It's combining my favorite Hobbit holes, meshing them all into one. All of my favorite little cozy houses, meshing them all into one super cozy forest cottage, and then kind of like an old growth stump tree thing that I just had fun making. Yeah. It should be pretty cool though. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. Yeah, it's all just, everything there is just meshed into a level 1 flame altar. It's honestly like my favorite base, probably. Because I love the cozy little bases. I wanted something to give me an excuse for if I have to delete this Hobbit OG altar, because I wanted like everything that was my favorite about every little build I've done, mash it all into one cozy forest build. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. The video is gonna be like an hour long, but it'll be fun. It's a big, it's a detailed build, not a beginner build, but it should be pretty cool. Hey Rohit, how's it going? Welcome. Want to see it? Yeah. I can't wait. I'm, you know, I don't know if I should give you guys a sneak peek today. I sent a little photo in the Discord because Joe the Wizard did some cool stairs a while ago on one of his builds. Flipped the coffin lids upside down to do stone stairs. And I didn't know they stay straight all the time with the terrain. That was the easiest thing ever. I was like, oh, I need some stairs going down from the cottage. So I posted a little picture of the stone stairs. But yeah, hopefully the video will get out next week. Super stoked for that. If Keen Games ever made a con, they should be called Cozy Con, right? That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, something quaint and pretty about smashing a whole settlement into a tiny single flame. Yeah, it's honestly a really fun challenge. I really enjoy the challenge of a level 1 flame altar build. And last time we were also talking a little bit about the concept of doing like a little build showcase live stream for the channel, where you guys could submit a bunch of builds, join in like a voice chat, and tour a bunch of builds. All the creativity that's been shared and things in the Discord. And I think that would be super cool. And then beyond that, we could even do like a little build competition or something with a level 1 flame altar as the challenge. I don't know, we could try to pick a theme or do something fun with that at some point. Hey Maria, how's it going? And Cowgirl, welcome. Hope you all are doing well. Yeah, that would all be super fun though. I would want to let you all know, like, way in advance for a build, you know, live stream showcase and stuff. So you guys can all, like, be able to work on any builds that you're finishing up or any of that. Or have plenty of time to even just start a build from scratch. And we could just chill for a day and do a live stream showcasing all the awesome creativity. Because I know a lot of you have been interested. You guys have been submitting some crazy cool builds, which could be kind of fun. Challenge accepted, level 1 flame altar. Heck yeah. Trying to finish the lower third of your base for a tour. Almost done. Nice, Joe. Yeah, I can't wait to see some of all of this. It's always a lot of fun. Yeah, like I had, you know, the whole rotation thing, man. It's unlocked a crazy amount of possibilities in Enshrouded. Like, Joe, I was looking at your, like, your air blimp thing, your airship. Like, that's freaking awesome. Using, like, grain bundles and stuff for the whole, like, hot air balloon concept, and, like, there's just so much we can do now. By far, Enshrouded's building system is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Have some final touches to your town, be ready for a tour. Nice, nice. I can't wait, yeah. Totally gotta organize something like that. For one altar, you could remake... Oh, Uthadum from Critical Role Campaign 2. Okay. That'd be cool. Hey, 99, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, I'd love to see everyone's build. It would be awesome. It really would. Basically a corkscrew shaped into the ground, slowly getting lower. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, airship was definitely cool. That was awesome. Hey, Jerome. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Alright. So yeah, I'm getting the hang of this whole moss thing now. Honestly, using these blueprints is just, it's an absolute game changer. Just being able to, oh, I actually do want to do, hang on. Do that, and then continue this across. Oops. Yeah, previously just doing this all block by block before I kind of had a concept of how to do all of this, it was just tedious, but this is really, really awesome. Even just being able to place some stuff. Yeah, I have to think a little bit more to destroy the blocks I don't need, but it's so much more efficient on resources. I mean, like 8 times more efficient or more. And yeah, it's just amazing. Hey, Australius, how's it going? Should stream more. Every time you stream, you always seem to make a homemade dinner that day. Hey, challenge accepted for me, right? Do some more streams. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it might be time to get back over to one of your single flame altar builds and see what's still there. Nice. Yeah, it's always fun to kind of, honestly, I really like the whole altar concept with Enshrouded. First of all, because it's the only game that I've been able to play throughout the entire early access and keep the same world because of the fact that everything saves in the altar and then the rest of the world regenerates outside. So everything is, yeah, it's just, I love that system so much. You know, like, I'm waiting on another Valheim playthrough and stuff until 1.0 because I've done so many playthroughs, but I have to, like, start a new world every time because it won't update in an existing world if I already explored that area. So there's just a lot of really amazing mechanics with Enshrouded that I've just absolutely loved throughout early access. It's been amazing. I also put a poll out the other day on YouTube for some favorites for upcoming survival games and everything. Seems like the general consensus is that a lot of you are looking forward to Light No Fire. I think that's my top pick as well from the list. I had Arc 2, Light No Fire, Under a Rock, and RuneScape Dragonborn, which I think a few of you may have gotten and started playing. But yeah, I'm kind of debating on that one. I'm not quite sure. Based on watching some stuff, it seems like it's kind of taken some similar exploration aspects of Enshrouded with their whole dungeons thing. And then the building system, similar to Valheim. Maybe it could be cool, but I'm not quite sure. You know, like, I feel like I have really high expectations for games releasing that I don't have time to check them all out. But sometimes, if, like, the devs give me a key or something, I could, you know, still do just, like, a video, see what the interest is and stuff. But I didn't really know about RuneScape Dragonborn until a bit last minute, which made it a little bit difficult for me to kind of jump on it at all, or get a key or anything. I didn't add Dune, yeah. I forgot to do that one. That one's a big upcoming one. They reached out wanting me to cover it on my channel, but I had to sign up with my YouTube through a whole third-party platform thing that I didn't really trust at first. I had to kind of be in contact with them to verify the legitimacy of it all, which ended up being okay, but it's a little late to actually be able to cover that at the moment. Oh, this is sweet. I can use the blueprint on this side and just delete the whole corner. There we go. That's awesome. I hope your PC will be able to run it when it comes out. Yeah. Light No Fire, it probably will be able to, based on the performance of No Man's Sky and everything. They really have perfected some stuff in their engine and whatnot. So I'm hopeful it'll be good. I think with what they learned with No Man's Sky, you know, a lot of you are also, maybe not you guys joining, but a lot of my channel subscribers and stuff were a little hesitant of Light No Fire just because of, obviously, the rough release of No Man's Sky, but they never gave up on it. Yes, there were some bugs, but it's such a massive game that that's kind of to be expected, and they've always been on top of it. Like, even if they'll take a long break or something, they really wanted to prioritize perfecting that game before releasing Light No Fire, which I definitely respect. I think with everything they've learned and done and everything, it should be pretty cool. Do they still update Mines of Moria? They actually have been updating Return to Moria a bit. It's a lot better than it was when I did my first playthrough of that game. Because, yeah, I was a bit, like, I wasn't really happy with the state of it when it released into early access. And a lot of you guys know that, but it's way better now, which I'm happy to see. That they started giving it a little bit of love. Need a game where you can set the difficulty. Yeah, Light No Fire looks really good. Light No Fire is, like, that game is probably going to include, like, everything. It's so funny, like, there's a lot of hype, so I gotta be careful too. Because really all we know of it is that trailer that they released. But they said it was all in-game footage. They showed the ability to, like, play as anything. I mean, you could play as a freaking rabbit, right? Like, I think they're gonna add so many settings and so many possibilities. The fact that it's going to be, like, the largest open-world survival game besides Minecraft, with basically an open world the size of Earth. I mean, that's insane. So I'm pretty stoked about it. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna need to build this one up block by block. All right, that's fine. Yeah, if Hello Games learned everything they learned from No Man's Sky, it'll be epic. Yeah, agreed. I think they will. That's the hope. Because, I mean, that's at least what they're hinting to and stuff. You know, they obviously got to say things like that because of the... Oops, gonna be falling off the roof again. They got to say things like that. You know, they gotta make themselves trustworthy again. But they really were. They had a passion for it, and you could really tell at least. Because a lot of games really are just kind of money grabs these days. I mean, you look back at, like, you know, The Witcher from, like, 2015 or something. Freaking stunning graphics. Like, people had passion creating games, and it just sadly don't see that as much anymore. There are definitely some great games, but it's like, I feel like games like Enshrouded and, you know, Valheim was just such a rare, awesome gem that we get, and it just feels like in general, a lot of stuff has been getting pretty lazy. And, you know, it's fine. I'm not a developer. I've dabbled into game dev stuff in the past, but it's, yeah, it's just, I feel like there's the good old days when stuff just was really passion-filled that I'm hoping to see more of as people really kind of long for more of it. Hey, Cinco, how's it going? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. It's okay to be hyped, just don't pre-order, right? Right? Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of that's one of the biggest, you know, mistakes from a lot of people is the whole pre-order concept. Yeah. That was like, you know, one of the things with cuz Star Wars Outlaws, you know, that game that came out and ended up, in my opinion at least, just being a bit of a flop. And I'm glad I didn't pre-order that because that was expensive as heck for another one of the Ubisoft games that haven't really been doing very well lately. But yeah, you know, I think there's certain games that I'm really excited about. Others, it's like, yeah, it's not the type I would pre-order and everything. You know, Enshrouded, I got to participate in the closed beta. I got to, you know, do the demo and get a really good feel for how the game was. So that's why I was like instantly ready to jump on it when it came into early access. But that's because I had, you know, some prior experience and research with it that I feel like was definitely a bonus for that. Let's see, is this... did I build this up too high? I don't know. Let's see here. Nope. This is good. Just gotta continue that over there. Alright. Your last pre-order was Starfield. I think that game ended up being pretty good, though. Friends and I started playing Valheim, made a large base, and said you had to do the decorating. He's even getting back through videos. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, Valheim's freaking awesome. It's such a fun one. And I do want to do another playthrough of that once 1.0 comes out. It's kind of one of the core games for a lot of these survival games, that's for sure. It's really good. Hey, Serpentine, welcome. Recently replayed the Tomb Raider from 2013, yeah. Even The Witcher, it's insane, the graphics. Yeah, thoroughness of the game, qualities from back in the day. I know, right? Like, we didn't even have Nanite or Lumen from Unreal Engine, and all the technology we have today that just seems like... Yeah, it seems like stuff could be so crazy good today if they took the time to, like, learn the new engines and stuff. Definitely. Hey, Henry Cow, how's it going? Welcome. Kay, welcome. Yeah, definitely. Hey, David. Currently rebuilding Polaris. The town is a mess. Oh, nice. That sounds like a sweet project. And Fimilorn, welcome. Yep, still chipping away at the roof. We are. It's coming along well, though. I had a little bit of time to work a tiny bit on off camera on it, but most of the time off camera today, well, on camera, but I was working on my next build video for the channel. So that's what I've been spending all my Enshrouded time on. And then the streams are like my accountability to get this roof done. It's such a big build, so, you know, nice to be able to keep chipping away at it. You only buy 1 or 2 games per year, so you have to be very sure what you want. Exactly, that's what I do. You know, there's lots of channels out there that just kind of review every single game, and I want to expand a little bit of variety on my channel, I think, because there's a lot of, you know, survival games out there that I've been a little bit stubborn sometimes to do. You know, I'll be like, oh, it'll be a low point, and I'll just kind of take a break from YouTube or something like that, but I want to keep going more with it, but just, yeah, still gotta be picky and sort of have high expectations for what I do, because I feel like it's easy to get burnt out or just not have fun if you're caught up in so many games every year. And I really like to really know certain games, especially like Enshrouded. it's a complicated game. You know, like it's not for the faint of heart, so to speak. And so, like, I'm glad I've spent all this time learning how to build in it and really getting to know the game. If I was just, like, reviewing a million games every year, I would never be doing what I'm doing right now. And it's definitely nice. Drunkington Bear, how's it going? Been watching the videos, happy to catch you live. Oh, I'm glad you joined. Glad to have you here. Hey, Guile, welcome. This guy's still playing Enshrouded. You quit after 150 hours. And finishing the story. Nice, nice. Yeah, I've already, you know, maxed out and stuff, but it's just one of those games that has such an advanced building system that, yeah, I'll be playing for a long time. One of my absolute top favorite survival games. So I hope most of you at least like it. Last month, you got in Zoe and Asuka. Yeah. This month, you got RuneScape Dragon Wilds. Nice. How have you been liking Asuka? That one's a good one. Used to buy a lot more games. With 2 kids, you don't have the time to play very many. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't got kids yet. But I'll probably just go through, like, an existing library with them before I get a bunch of new stuff. Although they wouldn't really be the cool kid in school, would they, if they were taught to play cozy survival games? I was the weird one in school. It's okay. Although I didn't game in school, I kind of didn't really get into games until like high school or after. Eternally jealous of the patience and creativity. Yeah, it does take a lot of patience for building and stuff. It feels like it's just a fun project. I always like being creative and real life and stuff too. So gaming is just kind of a way to do that for free, if that makes any sense. You know, I used to just, like, projects get expensive. Like, this year's project was rebuilding my studio setup. But yeah, sometimes it's like, you just gotta have some fun creativity in a game. It's just a one-time purchase. You just have a ton of fun in it. And I enjoy that sometimes. That's kind of what games are for me. Revenge of the Savage Planet. Looks like a good... It's gonna be fun. I haven't heard of that one. Might have to check it out. Asuka's weird for you to adjust to, going from Enshrouded. Yeah. It's got a lot of interesting features and controls and stuff, doesn't it? It's a little bit tricky, learning other games from the way Enshrouded is. Hey, Menacing Captain, how's it going? Build will look so cool when it's done. Yeah, I think it will. It's such a big one, but I think, yeah, I kind of went all out with the tavern. I'm like, I need a big build in the forest village. So that's what this one's gonna be. But it should be pretty cool. Oops. Asuka introduced a mechanic that makes villagers a requirement. Haven't played in a while. I mean, technically, no, you don't have to get a villager if you don't want to. But it's like, it's a village game. That would be like, if you did a playthrough of Asuka without villagers, that would be like doing a playthrough of Valheim with nothing but, like, naked with your fist fighting every single boss. Like, you kind of need villagers in Asuka. I mean, yeah. But technically, I guess you could do it without it. Maybe, actually. Might be an interesting challenge. Yeah. Oh, you got all the Steam achievements. Nice. I'm still missing the one, which is finding all the flame shrines in the Albany summits. I gotta go click on each one of them. I should just do that. I was like waiting for Crimson. I actually honestly forgot about that achievement. That's the last one. I've been on that last one forever, so I probably should just go get it. Alright, let's see. Let's get these two. Alright, that went well. Got that whole side covered now. Just gotta get all the way up top. Yeah, a couple are in a sneaky places. Yeah, definitely. At least they give you the locations on the map for those flame shrines, but yeah, they can be a little tricky sometimes. What survival crafting game will I be playing in the future? I am really looking forward to quite a few. Well, not quite a few, but my eyes particularly are liking Under a Rock and Light No Fire right now. Not many people know about Under a Rock. It's a very small dev team. Hasn't really made the press in many ways or been at any events. It's a really freaking cool game, though. Oh my gosh, Ebony, thank you so much for the gift and memberships. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're awesome. And welcome to all the new members. So yeah, Light No Fire, Under a Rock are kind of my big ones. I was kind of looking at Arc 2, but honestly, nobody knows when that game's coming out. There's just a lot of drama behind Arc that I don't know really much about to know if I'm like that's not the game I will get when it releases, for example. I gotta wait like a bit if it ever comes out, right? Yeah, Under a Rock is really freaking sweet. Like I feel like it's gonna be another hidden gem. And I've been following it now for close to 5 years in development from when they just started. Been able to chat with the devs about it and everything, and what they've got going is actually they have so much in the game that they haven't really shared much about. Yeah, they have a slightly lower budget and stuff for the marketing for the game and whatnot, but it's like there's gonna be a whole AI creature system where they will remember how you treat them, and like, you know, different raids, different seasons and seasonal items. They'll have procedural generation with like caves that are part of the world and island exploration. They're gonna have blueprints to be able to share your builds with other players. Unlike any other game that I've really seen a lot in survival and stuff. So they're gonna have a really freaking cool system. Yeah, I don't know when it'll be released though. It's, you know, people are hoping in the next couple years is when we'll see early access. I mean, some people were saying like 2 years ago that they were thinking it would release, but yeah, the devs haven't directly said that, so it's takes a while. Now it's just pitch black night. Yeah, I've been waiting for Under a Rock for so long. Yeah, right. Thinking you're gonna play like a madman once it gets out. Yeah, it looks like it looks like a vibe, you know? Like it's cool to have, you know, just a cozy island tropical survival game to kind of mix up. Like it's gonna obviously have water and everything else. It just looks pretty cool. Just watching while you pack to move the house. Recently got back into Enshrouded. Nice. Hope that's going well. Hey Mina, how's it going? Nice day for some shroud time and building. Heck yeah. Definitely. Hey Chris, welcome. Yeah, tropical survival games are nice. Really love Subnautica and Raft. Yeah, exactly. And Subnautica 2 is coming out soon. That'll be really exciting. I haven't played Subnautica 1, but I might try Subnautica 2. Because I like multiplayer. I think that was the one thing that turned me down from Subnautica. Let me, now I need like a bed on the roof. I'll just fast travel back up to the tree and sleep. But yeah, Subnautica 2 apparently is going to be co-op. I don't know how many people. I haven't actually looked into a ton. But Crimson really likes Subnautica 1, and maybe we could try Subnautica 2. We'll see. But yeah, I think Under a Rock is going to have a similar vibe to that, you know. It'll have swimming and underwater stuff. It'll have, yeah, lots of things like that. It won't be like underwater to the level of Subnautica, you know, by any means, but it'll be pretty cool, I think. Yeah, Subnautica 2 is going to be your go-to until Under a Rock comes out. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So looking forward to Under Rock. Absolutely love the tropical vibe. Let's hope we get some playable demo or something. Yeah, I'm really hoping that too. Just a little bit more with it, you know. The devs have been awesome about like releasing some pictures and stuff. I think the one mistake they've made, just if I'm being nitpicky from an outside perspective, is they like did too much. They built too much hype a little too soon. So it's like it's such a good game, I think, but I just hope that it I hope that it has the chance to do well, because I think a lot of people got hyped for it and thought it might be coming out sooner than it has. And the dev team is really, really passionate about it. Like, they don't have a lot of history with other games, but they're super passionate about this game. They're a bunch of, like, crazy perfectionists, so you can pretty much expect it to be a really good game. But yeah, it's just, they're spending a lot of time perfecting every little bit, when maybe they could go into early access, but honestly, maybe it's a good decision what they're doing, because we'll have a really solid, polished game, which could be actually a really good thing, but we'll see. I think they do plan to go into early access, though, but I'm just not sure when exactly. Was the guy just sleeping on a metal bed? Yeah, you know, that's why we gotta get this tavern done. My villagers need some space, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you played about 28 minutes of RuneScape and turned it off? Yeah, I'm curious to hear what you think of it when you play more. It does look pretty good. Obviously, you know, RuneScape was pretty sweet, and then they took the concept and made a survival crafting game, which is unexpected but pretty cool. Azamaz, how's it going? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. You come from other larger game studios. Yeah, might not have made many games as a studio, but they apparently have quite an experience. Exactly. Best way of saying it. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, so like, some people are like, oh, I don't trust them. They don't have, you know, stuff out yet. Like, they've got a lot of stuff. But yeah, it's like a group of miscellaneous devs that are really good at that are coming together to make Under a Rock. Very, very much like that. Let's see. I think I can. Oh, maybe not. I think, yeah, this is perfect. Just using this blueprint all the way across. Let's do that. Hey, Still Saber, welcome. Been watching for a bit now. Just wanted to let you know. Let you know the second playthrough of Enshrouded with Crimson. I need a door on the base, right? Oh, actually, speaking of that second playthrough, I may just start streaming that on YouTube as well. It seems like a lot of people are excited about it, and I wasn't expecting many people to join for it since we already had our episodes out, but a lot of you are really enjoying it, and I know YouTube is the preferred platform for a lot of people. It is for me. I just do Twitch because I know some people still like it, and it's nice to have another platform at least. Like, you guys should at least still follow me on Twitch. If anything happens to YouTube or whatever, I feel like just having a backup is always nice. But yeah, I know a lot of people like YouTube as a platform to watch on. I like it to stream, and with how many people have been interested in Crimson and I's playthrough, I may just do that on YouTube as well, if any of you are interested in that. It's just like a just for fun playthrough. Not really a particular order, not quite as like episodical as our, you know, episode video playthrough. But yeah, it could be fun to include that on YouTube. Art and D, how's it going? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Would love to see YouTube playthrough me and Crimson. All right. Yeah, that's good to know. I might bring it over then. Since a lot of you like me doing the streams and stuff, I will consider bringing that over. Because previously it was just something that I would do on Twitch, and some things I might still do on Twitch if they're very specific to, you know, different niche sometimes or whatnot. But But yeah, I think another Enshrouded playthrough could be pretty fun. Yeah, you want to see the stream on YouTube, Jerome? Okay, okay. Vote for YouTube. Think that would help. The crashes for Crimson. Now, blaming Crimson's computer on Twitch. My gosh. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Hey, Island Papa, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Vote for YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I will consider putting that out there then. Hey, Chris, thanks for joining the membership. Welcome. I appreciate that. And for any of you considering membership stuff, there are 3 levels currently, and the highest level will get you access to download all of my builds and world files for my advanced builds as well. So in case any of you like builds that I do, you can access the world files to check them out in greater detail if I don't explain things in crazy detail on YouTube sometimes, or skip ahead a little in my videos. So always appreciate the support. And just to let you know that I do have a community Valheim server as well, but it hasn't been super active lately, just because I think a lot of people are waiting for the next update, kind of 1.0 with Valheim, before we really dive in. And Light No Fire looks like it's one of those games that would be really sweet to do as a community server. With the massive scale that it's being like advertised as, I'm honestly like, I think it'd be sweet to do a huge community server for Light No Fire. If that's like a thing, not quite sure. People still play Valheim? Yeah, it's a great game. I'm just waiting for 1.0, honestly. I've done lots of playthroughs and stuff. I want to do another full one, but yeah. Community server for Light No Fire? How do you get in? Am I doing pre-registrations now? Nah, not yet. I'll like let it run its course, right? And then we'll start something. But if they allow for that, right, like other games do, and I'm imagining they will, because what I understand of Light No Fire is it's going to be similar to Enshrouded or Valheim from the concept that it's not going to be an MMO, but it's going to accept or allow for huge numbers of community to play, which is honestly like the perfect game, because I'm not as big a fan of MMOs. I just don't like feeling like I don't like own the world that I'm crafting in and stuff. You can get just, I don't know, MMOs can cause issues, especially if you're a dedicated builder or survival game player. I prefer non-MMOs, but oh yeah, I'm so getting excited for the next Enshrouded update. Yeah, the last Twitch stream with Crimson, we watched the trailer for it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, for sure. That should be sweet. A whole remake of the Shroud. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be a great game for a community server. I mean, a procedural world the size of Earth, like, that would be some freaking amazing builds and creativity from the community, I bet. Like, it would be such a good game to do as a community server. So, like, I have no idea how those mechanics are. This is just, like, a future hope, but, I mean, heck, it seems like it could work really well. Hey, Hellcat Gaming, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, I'm in America, Guile. Yep. New enemies look cool for the new update. Definitely. Yeah, and I know some people are hoping for some more like combat mechanics and stuff. I think we're going to get a lot with that update. We're going to get the ability to like customize weapon abilities with finding gems throughout the world to like make weapons unique to us and stuff. Like, there's going to be a lot coming with that update. It's actually covering a big portion of their Shroud overhaul on the roadmap. They didn't mention a whole lot of that in the trailer, but there was an interview with the devs that did. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot in that update for sure. What time is it in America now? Right now it's 11:40 a.m. for me. America stretches across like three time zones though, so so it kind of depends. Still alive, book is taking forever. Yeah, I bet. But that's awesome, man. I think, yeah. Hopefully the dedication's paying off and everything. Hopefully that's all going well. Let's destroy that little piece. There we go. 4 time zones. Yeah. I know there's the East Coast, West Coast, and middle. Oh yeah, because there's also in between kind of Western and East Coast. Oh yeah, and Hawaii, right? This is true. This is, yeah. It's a confusing country, I guess, technically. $1:40 in the afternoon for you. Okay. Yeah. 7:40 p.m. Nice. Yeah, this time seems to be great for getting people all over the world. It's really cool. As long as I'm not working with my other job, which I'm not yet. I may start that up soon, in which case content will slow down a bit, because I do have a summer job doing excavation, but it's a bit hit or miss, and with the economy the way it is this year, I'm just not quite sure what our plan's gonna be for the summer. Gotta wait for the other guy I work with to get back. He goes to Brazil for the winters. Hey, Zarkius, how's it going? Have I tried out RuneScape Dragon Wilds? I haven't yet. But I have my eye on it because it does look pretty cool. Have you played it? Hawaii, Alaska, Pacific, Mountain, Central, Eastern. Yeah. 1 p.m. there, thinking of downloading the game. Oh, nice. Last time you noticed big building block wheels when you try to rotate. Super excited. No, it means nothing. All the great little perks and everything with building. It's true. Alright, let's get some more flower soil in here. Oops. I wanted that. There we go. And destroy 4 of those. 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. Chipping away at it here. There that is, and I think if I kind of put 2 there, and let's go with flower soil, destroy that, and bring this all the way across. There we go. Now I can start this row. Yeah, I think you should, Felipe. That would be awesome. Such a good one. Straight to Nightingale for a while, but the building options are frustratingly limited compared to Enshrouded. Yeah, Nightingale was in competition with Enshrouded kind of when it released at the similar time, and POW World and everything. I am honestly personally glad I didn't get into Nightingale. There was a lot of hype around it, and a lot of people did, so I felt like, I'm a survival games YouTuber, I feel like I have to check this out. But it ended up just not being very long-lived, and I think the building and stuff, at least I have heard they've gotten some good updates since early access. It was a bit rough initially, but so at least that's good to hear. Like to get it right now because it does look pretty solid. Think you'll wait till more content comes out for it. Yeah, that's kind of my attitude a little bit too. I haven't, I kind of, knew about it a little last minute. Didn't have the adequate time to just fully research. At least the reviews are looking good and everything. So we'll see. It looks good enough. I'll consider getting it. Doing a little video, checking it out. Hey, Kongfeel, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Enshrouded is such a great game. It definitely is. I am on Twitch as well, Felipe. Yep. Stream to both of them at once because I may as well when my computer can handle it. But YouTube's where we get the most people on. That's the channel I've been growing. But hey, it'd be cool to hit 1,000 followers on Twitch too. So if any of you feel like following, that'd be awesome. And of course, subscribe here if you haven't already. Oh, you're Realm Walker through and through. Building is not the main thing, even though you wish you could have something herbalist set and enshrouded. Nice, nice. Yeah. Come to the Shroud from Nightingale and have to say, loved this much more immediately and reach the end of the game. Yeah. Yeah, Enshrouded is pretty awesome. I'm glad I decided to kind of commit to this one despite all of the competition with a lot of the other games that kind of released in the similar time frame. Yeah. Happy I stuck with it. And because of that, I kind of became one of the main Enshrouded channels, which is like unexpected. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like, people are knowing me for it. The devs are knowing me pretty well and stuff. I was like, oh, it's kind of neat to sort of specialize in a game for a bit. It's definitely worth it. This game is awesome for sure. The building's more satisfying in the Shroud. Yeah, it'd be cool if we could do some of that at some point with an update. With the Shroud overhaul, maybe. You never know. Be pretty cool to have like a special type of flame altar that we can craft later game to allow us to build in the Shroud. I don't know. Yeah. The biggest thing I felt with Nightingale, if I make like an outside observation, is like it felt a little dead feeling. Like the villagers and stuff just weren't like it just wasn't alive. Like their face, like I get that it was kind of more of this, what did they call it? They're like not steampunk, but like not steampunk or cyberpunk, whatever the word they used to describe Nightingale. It just, I wasn't quite a fan of that whole thing. It just wasn't quite my vibe. It wasn't happy enough. And then the graphics just weren't quite there with the vibe of it, but yeah. Yeah, Enshrouded reached over 4 million players now. I know, right? That's awesome. Definitely. Oh, nice. Felipe and Twitch. Thanks. Appreciate that. And thanks for the follow. Yeah, I love them both, just in different ways. Yeah, definitely. Fair enough, you played Nightingale 8 times now because of the Realms rebuild that they did. Yeah. Enshrouded 6 times. Right. Yeah, the dev seems to listen to us more than the other games you've played. Yeah. The Enshrouded dev team, I'd like to say were they 35 people? Mainly. You don't quote me on that yet. But they're larger. They've made, what, Space Engineers, Portal Knights, which are both very popular games. They have their own engine for the game. So they are a bigger team, things considered. You know, they're able to release updates pretty quick and stuff. Depression Punk? There you go, Joe. Right. Yep. Nightingale wasn't developed enough. The exploration felt a little fragmented too. Yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling, just a little bit. I mean, it seems like a cool game. I know some people really enjoyed it, and I also know some people who are really hyped about it and ended up being pretty disappointed. You know, a couple other YouTube friends of mine were like, "Oh, this is gonna be right up my alley." Like they were so excited to start covering and doing stuff, and like, "Oh, that's too bad." Want Nightingale to be good so bad because the setting and the cool idea. Yeah, it does have a, you know, something unique going for it. If they could pull that off, it definitely does. Portal Knights was fun. Feel like they learned a lot making Portal Knights. Took the best stuff into Enshrouded and expanded it all. Yeah, That's kind of what I've heard. It's yeah, we're lucky to get Enshrouded from them. It's yeah, they did so much from it, and with the whole free rotation thing now, like honestly, it's just the best building system I've ever experienced. Complex, but really, really good. All right, let's get this one. I think I'll do moss from here on out, maybe a little bit. It's kind of weird just alternating between the two simultaneously. I feel like it's easier to do just pick one or the other, but the combination does make it look really nice, I will say that. Couldn't play the Fallout games because they were too grungy feeling with no escaping it. Yeah, I really enjoyed the Fallout show though. Yeah, I haven't played the games. Still want to give Nightingale a shot once they progress the development a bit more. The idea, the game seems really cool. Yeah, I'd watch that if you did some more of it, Kongveal. Because I have heard they've been at least giving it some attention, which is good. People were a little worried because they went a little... It was kind of like Return to Moria at first. There were some issues, and then they kind of abandoned for a little bit, and then came back, and all of that. But it's good to hear they're doing some stuff with it again. You love the Fallout games. I spent so many hours in Fallout 4 settlement building. Nice. Maybe I should try them now that I've watched the show. That was kind of the first time I really researched them. It's like, oh, this show's really good. Might like the game. Let's see, I don't want this block here. There we go. I think that's about right. Looks good. Rotating walls, like Chiselchip said about the building blocks being used for roof pieces too. Yeah, definitely. All of that just makes the building system like, it's just a combination of every game smashed into one. And the way the voxels like even create these textures, like that's what kind of sets it apart from a game like Minecraft and stuff like that. Like it's really, really, really well done. I can't say that enough about it. Spoiled by Enshrouded. Minute you mined into a mountain. Yeah. Couldn't really get that Nightingale very linear. Definitely. Yeah, we really have been spoiled by Enshrouded. I feel like games like this just make my expectations go like way up. But that's good. I mean, I like seeing the revolutionary designs and tech and stuff in the gaming industry. My biggest thing with Enshrouded is render distance and the lighting. You know, hopefully at some point with their engine, they will get on that a little more, but otherwise it's like perfect. It's also partly why I love the cozier builds in Enshrouded, because you can see your whole build, because rendering at least renders in a level 1 flame altar. Oops, I placed the wrong. There we go. I meant to destroy those. There. Brother played Fallout. Every time you watched him play, felt like you needed a shower. Oh, that's great. I mean, they did a good job of kind of portraying that a bit in the show, didn't they? Kind of a mess. All right. Sorry for the visibility here. Well, I guess it's just as much sorry to me as it is for you guys, because I'm trying to keep these trees. I kind of gotta build in them. Oh, okay. Now it's gonna get a little tricky. This is like the last little stretch up here. I think Crimson would have played Minecraft after watching the movie. I mean, he enjoys it, and we've played it a lot. I mean, that was like I've said, I reference Minecraft in like every game and stuff I do on the channel, because that's how I liked building survival games. Like, Minecraft is my absolute nostalgic pillar of survival games. And so I will never hate Minecraft, at least as long as Microsoft and stuff keeps doing good stuff with it, which so far I'm pretty happy with how it is. It's a lot of fun. I've considered doing a survival gameplay of Minecraft on the channel, because I know some people haven't even really played it or know what it is, because I've done lots of other games that aren't Minecraft. But that's where all of my building creativity could be, like, attributed to, is Minecraft. Everyone forgets about EverQuest Landmark, the voxel building. Oh, yeah. That was a good one. There's also Lay of the Land coming out soon. Another voxel-based game. Looks a little bit like Minecraft, but, you know, just the smaller scale of voxels. Yeah, we'll start seeing some good ones, I think. Died again, fell off the roof. Yeah, man, it's hard balancing on these steep roofs. Once you get all the terrain on them, it makes them all smooth and you just slide right off. Your opinion, the lighting could be fixed by lowering the contrast of shadows, adding more color into the shadows. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, because their shadows right now are very bland. The big thing too is just like the bloom issues. Like we need, like, as I look at the sky and then everything else is just black. I get that it's a little realistic as far as our eyes see stuff, but it's just, in a video game, it just doesn't quite work as well. I like when I can see what I'm doing, and the lighting is a little weird. It was actually perfect when the game first was in the closed beta. They nailed the lighting. And then ever since then, they did a whole bunch of stuff to optimize it for performance, and it just feels like they've never got the lighting to work again. Not like it used to. Which is okay, but I feel like they should at least give us sliders or something for higher-end computers, because it worked just fine. Like, the closed beta, I get that it wasn't perfectly optimized for lower-end computers, but it worked fine on mine, ran at perfectly fine temps and stuff. I feel like they could give us the options at least, if we wanted to, because that lighting was good, and the render distance was also a little better than it is now. Think you have more deaths in Enshrouded just from building the actual combat and falling? Yeah. Definitely. Hey Rob, how's it going? Please say hi to your son Zane. Homesick from school, watching you in the room on YouTube. Hi Zane. Hope you feel better soon. I suppose watching a cozy build stream is the best thing you could do when you're not feeling good, aside from just resting. Let's see, can I get those two maybe? And those guys. There we go. Love the cozy winter cabin build. Yeah. That's awesome. Snowman underground in a freezer room. Thinking next probably an igloo and the Christmas tree. That'd be awesome. J-Ping, yeah, I would love to see some of that. I'm hoping they add some more like decorations to Enshrouded so we can do more of that in the mountains. Yeah, that cabin was a fun build though. I'm glad that helped you and inspired you. I feel like it's a fun thing to do with the icicles and stuff. It's kind of something I can't really do in other games. I liked that concept. After watching Chisel's videos, I completely stopped using the scaffold you can make and just started using the stone floors. So much better. Yeah. I don't think I've used those scaffolding pieces once. The only time I used them was in, like, when I was checking out the game in an episode. I was like, oh, cool, haha, we have scaffolding. Yay. Not that I really need it, but cool. I don't think I've used it since. It's just, like, it's so much easier just to, you know, be like, oh, here's my scaffolding. Doesn't take up any room in my inventory. Although I get it from the standpoint of like it's cool to have scaffolding, and some people have used it for some really creative buildings and pieces and stuff. I was considering using it actually to build a deck on the new build that I'm doing for the channel, but I came up with a better idea instead. All right, now I can't seem to get back on the roof. Just give me a second. All right, there we go. Let's get that one. There we go. Now we're building again. Yeah, I use the stairs a lot for building. Definitely. I feel like double jump is a must-have as well. For this next building video that I'm doing, I used a second Enshrouded account to record a little bit of time-lapse. Just like a few seconds of it throughout the video. And I started another character, and I didn't have double jump, and I was like, oh, god dang it. I was falling off the roof like a million times. I was like, okay, this time-lapse just isn't going to work very well if I don't get double jump. So yeah, if you don't have it, like, stairs are the go-to, absolutely. I know, we need to be able to grow the trees. Yeah, the big Revelwood ones. I got so excited one of the updates a while ago when they said Revelwood sapling. I was like, wait, we can grow them now? It's just the small Revelwood trees, not the big ones. So I was like, oh, darn it. I want to be able to get the big ones. Lots of moss. Am I using a server for extra resources? Yes, for this one, I am using a resource world to get the moss and flower soil. For my other builds, I used up the leftover stuff I had from my playthrough that I did. But now that I'm fully maxed out, it's just a little more enjoyable to use a resource world. Especially for a huge build like this. It does take a while to mine it all. Oh, you want the pink blooming bushes and the summits to be a plantable thing? That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. And thanks, Ebony. Don't forget to hit the like button. Indeed. Really want some orange plants, like poppy flowers. That would be cool. Yeah, a little more in that realm. That'd be nice. Have double jump. You just saw a woman with slow reacts. Hey, then Enshrouded's good for you to keep your brain sharp. I feel like if I retire, like I feel like survival creative games and stuff are gonna be my retirement. Like, you know, some people, like, before games was thing is like you build puzzles or play other card games or other stuff. It's like I'm totally gonna do lots of Enshrouded and other games, assuming they're still around. Yeah, I've been gaming for 40 years. Nice. Thanks, Kuruto. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, so last thing I want to do here, before I do some trim, the trim will be a bit of a unique thing. That'll be a little bit new, but I want to try and get these side portions finished, so we're gonna work on this a little bit. And then that'll be like this whole front section, which is kind of the most complicated. Then it's just a matter of doing like straight lines for these two side pieces, which will be good. Saw a 65-year-old play Nightingale just the other day. Jaw dropped. Yeah. I always watch, like, there's that old guy on YouTube, sometimes he's probably on other platforms too, was like was a veteran soldier, and so then he played like sniper games and stuff, and because he like did it in real life before he retired, he is just like so stupidly good at it. And it's so entertaining to watch. Are you talking about Zadira? Zadira, Kindle Weaver, I think, or whatever. Zadira's another one, does some Enshrouded. I think she did some Nightingale too. But I think she was 65, or somewhere around there. And yeah, I've loved some of her stuff. When you're describing with white hair. Oh, loves anime games. Maybe a different person then. Haven't recorded yet for the winter cabin. Probably will wait till Christmas this year. Nice, nice. I'll have to check it out. Be sure to, you could share in my Discord if you join there. I'd love to see it. If and when you get around to it. Yeah, the Battlefield grandpa. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why you're 62, a female, game like a pro, except for building a roof. Hey, that's gonna be me though too, honestly. I mean, you know, lots of practice right now, but it's not easy. Let's see, I want some flower soil. That one. So funny how quickly the smaller roofs go. Like, I got the roof, I did a terrain roof as well for the next build that I'm working on for the channel, and it's a smaller build, because it's just a level 1 flame altar build challenge. But it went so fast. And I was like, oh gosh, this tavern is huge. Maybe I overdid it, but hopefully it'll be rewarding when it's finished. I think it'll turn out pretty nice. Can I? Oh, yay. I can just destroy the corner. That's exactly what I like. There's only specific sides where you can do that. The blueprint works differently depending on the direction you're looking, which is a little... Like, sometimes I wish it would work differently, but it's okay. Get it to work. There we go. And is that... Yeah, perfect. Brita food for dogs. Oh, okay, okay. I think she stopped playing Skyrim. She said it wasn't fun anymore. You gotta get in the modding community or something. Although I haven't really played Skyrim. Crimson would be able to tell you all about that. He was a huge Skyrim player. Although I don't know if he's played much recently. There we go. Oh, you joined the Discord. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining. Always fun to see creativity and everything from everyone. A lot of people share awesome builds there. And it's a fun place. We're at like 650 members now there. Gotta get to 1,000 people in the Discord, then we can get a custom Discord link. That'd be cool. Honestly, like, I can't believe though how many, like, I remember when I first started that Discord server, back in the day, I was doing a little bit of Minecraft with some friends and stuff. I was like, hey, let's have a place to chat. You know, like 5 people in it for a while. I'm like, wait a minute, this is actually a really good community platform. Yeah. So ever since, I like just kept growing it because it's a fun spot to be, and I can be active on there sometimes and stuff. Be able to message you guys and check out stuff when I'm not, you know, if I'm on vacation or not always streaming or something. It's definitely nice. Don't know how I focus on one thing at a time. You do like half the roof and come back later. Honestly, that's like... So right now, I purposely picked this next build for the channel to be a level 1 flame altar cozy build because I like being able to switch it up a little bit from other stuff that I do. So, yeah, I feel you there, though. And there's also like the concept of accountability with streaming and stuff. If I wasn't streaming, I probably would take longer. It's not really accountability. Like, of course I don't have to stream or do this if I didn't want to. But it's like, okay, if I'm streaming once a week and I'm, you know, wanting to build some stuff, it's just nice to be able to at least be able to stick to things for a little longer. And a lot of you guys were like the inspiration for this forest village. I mean, it's like I started the whole thing with the treehouse. And I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. It'd be cool to build a forest village, do some more builds and stuff. I didn't really know what the plan was at the time or any of that, but the treehouse video did really well. A lot of you guys liked it, and so we just kept continuing building out the village. Kind of without a plan as much. Let's see. Alright, this is a scaffolding time. I cannot, for the life of me, do this little last piece. There we go. I forget how easy it is. I just place a couple blocks down, and it fixes all the issues. Now we blend it, so this is another slightly difficult part. Let's get this one. Love Discord. Yeah, it really is a good platform. I've liked it for being able to do what I want to do, for having the community space and everything. And it can link up with all the other platforms to be able to have like the memberships work and everything. It's been really easy and good for that. It's a good platform. You lurk more in Discord but read lots and enjoy the builds gallery. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Oh, you found an old man on Twitch playing Nightingale, smoked a pipe, listen to jazz. Nice. Groovy Gandalf guy. 65 just joined the Discord server too. Awesome, awesome. Welcome. No worries, Ebony. Trying to find his channel. Nice. Alright, so here is this side now finished. Let me destroy this, and let's, well, it's not finished, but minus the trim. Let's get back up to the forest village and then check it out from afar. I've also set the day to be longer for the streams, because last time we just had to sleep all the time and it got so dark and I was falling off the roof when night came, so I set the day to be a little longer, which is why it just hasn't been night in a bit. That's how we're looking so far. Pretty good. Pretty good. And then, yeah, we'll clean up all the end stuff and all those little, pieces, drape some moss over it and everything. Yeah, this is looking great, though. It looks like a pretty heavy roof, just support on these tiny little stilts right now. We'll fill it in later. Haven't played RuneScape Dragon Wilds yet. A lot of people are asking me to, though, so maybe I will. Maybe I will at some point. It does look good. Hey, thanks for the boost, Chris. I appreciate that. Now, if any of you want to go into voice calls and stuff, I think we can get... yeah, I think boosts allow us to be able to do, like, 1080p video and higher quality audio and stuff in the Discord. It's always a nice thing. Let's see, can I get that one? There it is. I love the weather system too in Enshrouded. I love that they added that. Just an extra little thing to make it fun. A little more engaging. That one. And we'll just put 2 blocks there. Yeah, you guys are all the best. And yeah, thanks Chris and Ebony for the memberships. Always love the support. And just thank you all for joining and watching. Hitting the like button, subscribing, following on Twitch. It definitely helps me to grow, and it's been so much fun building this awesome community. Let's see, let's do that. Oh yeah, see, in this orientation I can just destroy the corners. Speeds up so much time there. There we go. City wall blocks with for the other block knocked out, decayed. Oh, makes really cool support for rock walls. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to check that out. Oops, don't think I just wanted the corner. There it is. That, and then let's destroy this one by hand. Oops, didn't quite want that one. There it is. Oh, 100 emoji slots, 24 soundboard slots, animated server icon, and better audio with level 1. Yay! I appreciate that, thank you. No, I had uploaded a few little emojis to the server, but I think it was getting close to being maxed out. We'll have to add some Enshrouded-based ones, or just come up with some fun emojis there. Go. Searching right now. Serpentine for the channel. That's great. Don't know if you can grow vines on decayed blocks. You can actually. Yeah. That's what I was doing kind of on the entrance of my tree. I decayed at least the Vuka temple stones. Decayed those and then placed vines, and the vines kind of like mesh in the middle and the rocks poke out of them. It's really cool. But yeah, you can do that. Works pretty well. Oops. Don't quite want that. Let's destroy it. This piece. Alright, that'll work. And then that, and those two pieces. Okay. This one we have to place block by block. Love the emojis. Feel free to design anyone. I know, Osh, I'm not sure if she's over here. And if you are watching, Osh, thank you. You do a lot of awesome engagement, welcoming in the Discord community. But Osh made a couple emojis, or took some like PNGs, like for the Enshrouded Flame Altar and welcome to the server and stuff like that. Feel free, if any of you have emojis or want me to add anything, just send them to me. Send me the picture. Like a PNG, and I will, I'll add them. That can be kind of fun. So yeah, if there's any emojis you wish you had, or that you've used in other servers that you like, just feel free to let me know. Okay, scaffolding portion. If I don't fall, there we go. There it is. I'll put a block there, 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 and there, I think. And just there. That works. Just to smooth it out a tiny bit. And now for the trim part. Or yeah, I'll call it the trim part. But the thing that makes the mossy roof just absolutely come to life. Which is to cover the ends of the wood with the moss. And that it gets rid of all the weird textures, smooths everything out, makes it look so good. Saving the best for last. They didn't show water in the teaser trailer. They didn't. Yeah. I was kind of hoping they might, you know, I was like, maybe. I know it takes a while, though. They're really working hard to develop water with the voxel game. So yeah, we can get our hopes up at some point, but at least they're crossing a lot off the map and stuff. And I think maybe they'll add water this year. It might just be closer to the end of the year. You have a file of emojis? Nice, Ebony. Yeah, feel free to send that. We'd love to add some stuff. We've got 100 slots now. I think previously it was like 50, so that's awesome. All right. So I gotta just jump up, create myself like a little staircase here of some of these platforms. Let's get one more here. Okay. And just create like a bunch of scaffolding. This side and this side. Alright, so how the trim works, getting on to first person here, some flower soil. What we first do is line the entire wood portion with the terrain blocks. So where we... Maybe? Uh-oh. YouTube might be down. Darn. Okay, are we back? Are we back? Thought you tried Chrome. That doesn't help. Let's see if this worked. OBS restarted. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Good on this end. Yay! Yeah, apologize on Twitch, you guys. It may have started a new stream, or maybe it continued the old one. On YouTube, I can sometimes continue the existing one, so hopefully you guys didn't have to click on a new link on YouTube. Hopefully this existing one stayed live. Yay, I'm back. Awesome, back on Twitch. Yay. Yeah, OBS crashed again. Whatever their update is, I even rolled back to the last version, and it's like it's just not compatible with one of my multi-streaming plugins, and it's just been having all kinds of issues lately. So yeah, I apologize. That was on my end as OBS, but it's acting like it's okay now, so I'm glad you guys can hear me again. And thanks for letting me know. It stayed live. Yay! Glad to hear. Yeah, previously I was like, if a stream crashed, I had to like start a whole nother stream. I'm glad I can still keep the same one and just do that. Well, I'm sorry for that, guys. Hopefully you're still here. I know a bunch of you are. Thank you for that. Always some tech issues here and there with streaming. You never know. I have really crappy internet too, so I have to do a lot of things to like try and make it work. But it does. It hangs in there. Alright, so anyway, didn't do anything, I think. Last before the stream crashed, I was just talking about the trim that we were doing. Basically placing a terrain block on the edge of the roof blocks here. And then we're going to go over that and build it up to the height of the rest of the roof. Just like what I'm doing over here. And what that's going to do is that's going to create a completely smooth moss edge to the roof that kind of wraps around and curls the end here to still allow you to see a little bit of the wood underneath it, which looks really, really good. And then still be able to kind of have that covering up all the textures and just making it look really good. It's kind of that final touch. Thanks for working to fix it. Yay, I'm glad it worked. I'm glad it worked. Exactly. Poop emoji happens. Well, thank you all for staying. I appreciate it. Yeah, you said I was adding the moss to the outer edge, and then it cut off. Okay. Cool. So you didn't miss too much. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. If that ever happens, just like message me right away. Even if it might be on your end. On that time, I'm always able to see pretty much instantly if it's on my end. That time it was my end. So we just did a restart of OBS, and the first restart didn't work, so I apologize. The crash was a little longer than usual. I had to shut down OBS in the task manager and then run it as administrator, and then it somehow decided to work. So, yay. Another Enshrouded streamer had OBS issues as well earlier this week. Was it last week? Yeah, it was on Twitch. Twitch it's been having it with OBS too, and it might just be Enshrouded. I'm honestly not quite sure. I don't think so, but Enshrouded has a thing where you can't actually Alt-Tab out of the game. It's the code of Enshrouded, I think, messes with OBS a lot. Like if I try to click on chat, it like crashes the Enshrouded game. Or if I like do something in Enshrouded and then it like vice versa. It's really weird. And it's not my computer because I have like a 4090 GPU. I've never had issues with games crashing or having any issues like that. But the latest update of Enshrouded combined with the latest one of OBS has been a little finicky. But we're back. Think I might plant some crops up there. Yeah, Joe, I saw your build. That was awesome. Being able to do some crops on the roof. That was sweet, because you'd mentioned last time you wanted to do the farm soil on the roof and then plant stuff on it. That would be pretty cool to do at some point. I might do that for something like for the greenhouse or whatever. That would be a cool thing to do. Yeah, that looked awesome though. You actually went and did it. That's super cool. In your other account, you have live streamed creative sessions this week. Didn't have any issues. Oh, that's good. That's good. OBS is OBSing, right? Shroud's the only game that does finicky stuff like that. Yeah. It's like minimal bugs, right? Like they totally, all the major bugs the devs get right on and fix. But there's been little lingering things like that where like something in the game's code like does random things like that. And I'm like, I don't know what this is, but it's probably not supposed to happen. So yeah, there's a little bit of that for sure. Overall, it's pretty good. Just planted it in the flower soil. Oh, nice. Can you plant stuff in flower soil now, Joe? Was that something they added in one of the updates? Because I remember at first we couldn't plant stuff on flower soil. It had to be dirt or farm soil or stuff. Normally OBS, then the game, and then just hope. Yeah. I've tried that too. I've like been trying to open like one and then the other or see if the order matters. I haven't really found any proof that it like is better one way or the other way just yet. I mean, I'll let you guys know if I do, but yeah. Yeah, the crops on the roof was actually really cool. Yeah, it really was. Anything you can plant in regular dirt, you can plant on flower soil. Yay! Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. See, I didn't actually know that. That was one of those things that, like, I kind of from the beginning of playing, we weren't allowed to for a long time. And I guess they added it. That's really, really good to hear. Alright, so we have this up to this point. The moss is kind of wrapping around the edges. That looks super nice. Now, this part's a little bit trickier because we are flaring out on the roof. So what we have to do, let's go ahead and do some more scaffolding up in here in this region and mess with it a little bit. Hopped into Enshrouded, so you're going to play alongside you. Nice. Yeah, I'll be on for a bit. I don't know how long the previous one has been up for because I had to restart OBS, but a little bit longer. I want to at least do some of this trim around the roof. So what we want to do is let's bring this out we want to basically bring the terrain out to the edge of where this is all happening. So all of that looks good. Basically to the edge of the roof block. So that one right there. All right, and the same thing over here, and then we'll do some more scaffolding. All right, and build this out. Right there, okay. And get all the way up in here. Try to do this section. You hate the way farm soil looks. So you're desperate, find other soils to work with. Yeah, farm soil is a bit like, it worked for the bark on my old tree before we had Revelwood, or the Blackmire bark. That was nice. Alright, let's do that guy. That one doesn't really need to be there. Okay. You want that one coming all the way out. This one coming all the way out to the edge. I think that's, yep, that's already good there. Right there, and then this top all the way up. A little bit finicky for these top sections here, but we'll get it here soon. Get that one coming out there. Oops, maybe not that, because I'll kind of taper in a little bit. Wish there was, yeah. Just lost in the Twitch sea. Wish there was viewing history like there was on YouTube. Yeah, you can save stuff as clips on Twitch, but then the storage gets full. So I just, yeah, that's a nice thing about YouTube, to be able to save kind of a series of stuff. You said you can't alt tab of Enshrouded. You can do that. Set your display to full screen. Yeah, so I can. Like, but if I do, it crashes OBS for some reason, and I never have that happen with other games. And Enshrouded specifically, when I alt-tab out of it, if I alt-tab out of it and stay alt-tabbed out of the game for more than like a minute, Enshrouded just crashes randomly. So you can, it's just that it's not, something's a little weird if it's not like being always run in a priority window. Yeah, because I have the settings in full screen and everything. And I appreciate that, yeah, because some other games, that's the issue often, is just putting it into full screen to be in a, you know, versus like a windowed mode. Oops, is this guy? Okay. So that's kind of the moss on the edge there. I don't really want to kind of curl the roof up like that. That should work okay. And then we'll just kind of go down with some of the moss there, maybe, to do like a little stepped edge. That should work. Let's try that on the other side. I think chisel every time I hear roof blocks, especially stone roof blocks. Yep. Oh, is the sound cutting in and out? Is that just you, Joe? Hopefully it's not. If it is, let me know. Or if my sound sounds any different than it did before. Yeah, mostly specifically when I have OBS running. And then Enshrouded in general, like I said, if I alt-tab out of the game for a while, it'll do that. It'll just crash the game. Oh, use the Windows key more than alt-tab? Maybe. That's true. That could kind of go out of it. Yeah. Going to try it out, especially since you start recording your gameplay. Yeah. It's always finicky. Always lots of tech stuff to worry about. The sound is super clear. Okay. So it must have just been a little something there, Joe. You could try refreshing the tab you're in or something. Hopefully that'll work. All right, and let's get this guy up and going. Let's see. Do that and that. There we go. Oops. Clear and crisp. All right. Glad to hear. Yeah, maybe someday I'll get a different mic, but for now this one works really well. It's actually meant to be a vocal mic because I do singing and guitar and stuff. I'm actually a singer-songwriter. I haven't done a lot of music lately, but yeah, so it's more of like a vocal mic. It's meant to be used in a really acoustic treated room and in a really quiet environment. So because when I just do long streams and stuff, like, you know, I live with my mom and brother, and I've got a little dog that barks all the time and whatnot. So like if I don't have windows to record quiet music on OBS, I have a bunch of filters on this mic to try to cut out noise and other things, which is why it can sound a little bit funky sound sometimes compared to just like a podcast mic. And that's why it's like so big too, because it's meant to pick up like instruments. I use it for recording guitar and violin and all of that, and so it's a little like not quite the proper tool for the job when it comes to just live streaming, but it works. It's kind of my everything mic right now. You know, I've just got a big arm. I can just pull it out for streaming, pull it down for guitar and vocals and stuff. But I'm glad it sounds good. Where's the music posted? Yeah, you can. Here, I'm gonna alt tab out of Enshrouded. Or actually, let's try using the Windows key. That worked brilliantly. All you do is just press the Windows key, then you can click all your tabs on the bottom. I'm gonna try that here to post my channel link in the chat. Let's see. I have some music on that channel that I did in, that worked. The Windows key thing worked. That's awesome. At least as of now. I'm just going to do that from now on. Yeah, so I have some music posted on that channel, and I might do more in the future. Right now, that channel is actually being revived to help creators grow on YouTube. So I want to start putting more content about that kind of a thing. Camera gear, mic stuff, lighting, audio stuff, video editing, YouTube growth tips, mindset stuff. That's kind of my other personal channel. And for those of you on Twitch, it's just youtube.com/BenCorona. I could try to put the link there too, but you could head over to the YouTube link and it's in the descriptions of all my videos and stuff. Yeah, so any of you, feel free to subscribe over there. I'm in the process of creating a little more content for it. It kind of died out. I actually used to do a lot of automotive stuff on that channel. And that wasn't really the audience I wanted to grow, and so I'm actually completely reviving that channel. So it's got 7,000 subs, I think, now, but it's pretty dead. So any views and support is greatly appreciated. So I always love when you guys come over and comment and stuff on it. All right, so we came out with the moss up there, basically just following the side profile of the roof blocks now. And then we can come down over the ends. So let's come down there maybe, a little bit there. Let's see, this could go out just a little bit more. Come down there a little bit. Let's go maybe minus that one. That looks good. A little bit finicky, but just kind of free-formatted it up here. It'll look good when we turn the foliage back on too. Godino, how's it going? How's it going? Welcome. I'm mostly doing like folk, yeah, a little bit of folk pop music is kind of my favorite style for writing and recording. I don't have all my music on that channel at the moment, but I've got some songs if you scroll through my really old videos. Oops, let's see. I kind of want to continue that one from up top. There we go. Okay, and then maybe another bit from down here. Well, let's try that at least. Just kind of scroll back, see how that looks for the moss. And it's not bad. Yeah, I'll place another Couple right there. And 2 more down there. That looks really, really good for the front. Once the lighting's a little... Well, the lighting's not that bad now. Destroy a little bit of scaffolding, take a farther look from the flame altar. Like the content, seem like a nice person, glad you can watch it live. Well, thanks for joining. I appreciate that. Sub to the other channel. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that as well. So yeah, if any of you are interested as like content creators or stuff for growing, that's kind of where I'm planning to go moving forward on that channel. It's a very different style of content for me because like what I've noticed is previously all the content I've ever done is like based around something, right? So like the gaming, it's like the game holds the story for the content. So like as I stream or as I do videos, I'm able to just kind of talk about the game and the building and stuff like that. Or on that channel, when I previously was doing automotive projects or building content, and by the way, my whole studio desk setup build videos are all on that channel and everything for my redo of my home studio. But when I was doing that, those were kind of the story, right? Because you follow the step-by-step process of creating this project or this build. But doing videos about doing videos, if that makes any sense, right? Like doing videos about growing on YouTube or about personal growth and mindset and stuff, it's more about me creating this unique story, right? Or like figure out a way to present the content, which can feel a little nerve-wracking at first. It's a very different like thing for me because I'm more of like, you know, you might not think it, but I'm actually a very big introvert, and it's sometimes hard for me to like control the way a conversation goes or like, you know, pull ideas out of thin air sometimes. I feel like that channel will kind of challenge me to do some more of that. So I might be a little rusty at first, but I really want to kind of challenge myself to be a little less perfect sometimes and just do it for the consistency and to start getting good at it. Because I've kind of been like, you know, holding myself back from posting sometimes, feeling nervous at like, you know, I feel like I don't really know how to do this or whatever. But I'm not going to get there if I don't try. You shouldn't do any kind of unwanted YouTube button pressing with Steam. Oh, having the connection right now. Yeah. Just visit the other YouTube. Can terraform in real life and in a game. Oh, nice. You saw the, yeah. Got the excavation video on there. I've got a bunch of random fun stuff on there. It kind of was like the motive for starting that channel originally was like to be a resume kind of all the projects and other stuff that I did. It was less about growing on YouTube and more about just like, hey, this is a cool platform. Like I started that channel actually like 8 years ago now. Just very on and off as like a place to first video I ever posted. You can scroll all the way back and find that. It was a little middle school me playing a song on the ukulele. And I was like, hey, I can post it on YouTube, be able to share it with friends and stuff. And it just kind of went from there. That was my whole, you know, the YouTube journey. And after I graduated, I started the gaming channel because I was like, hey, this is really cool. I can keep being creative and just have fun and like post on YouTube kind of as a hobby. And now I'm kind of visiting what it would look like to revive that channel again. Posting more real life creativity and stuff. Not fooling us. Take one to know. Yeah. You have social anxiety, navigating conversations and nervousness. Yeah. Vibe is very wholesome and welcoming. I'm so glad to hear. So glad to hear. It has made me way better with content. I will say, like, streaming is very good at kind of making me feel comfortable. I do remember the very first times I ever streamed, and it is kind of cool to look back and see where I've come. You know, very first streams being some old Minecraft ones that I did, you know, maybe 1 or 2 viewers. I was kind of just playing with my friends at the time and just hitting the live button because why not kind of a thing. And then when it kind of shifted to growing this big community, and it was very interesting because when I first started, you know, it took about 2 years-ish to grow to getting like 20 to 30-ish viewers on stream, which was really cool. And then that eventually kind of was like the consistent thing for a bit. But then when Enshrouded launched, I did a stream because I had played the closed beta of the game. I was really hyped for it, so I did like a stream just talking about the game, I think 2 days before it was about to launch. And I had posted a live stream a while before that when the demo of Enshrouded came out of building the Hobbit hole, and I think I had 2 viewers live on that stream. And yeah, so shout out to those 2 viewers. I think it was like Harbringer and Zadira. But yeah, those 2 viewers, that was awesome. After the stream posted and everybody started knowing about Enshrouded, because that was like kind of the first time people were like familiar with it. That was the first time I was allowed to post something after the NDA was in place for the closed beta. So I was like, oh, I gotta go live with this and do a Hobbit hole because I can't do that in other games. It was like a super simple Hobbit hole or something, but it was one of the only videos on YouTube of like building a Hobbit hole in a game. And so the stream VOD got hundreds of thousands of views and brought in like 600 subscribers to the channel. I had all these new people like ready to dive into Enshrouded, and I was like so stoked. I was like, all right, let's just do a stream the day before Enshrouded releases, just like having some fun and talking about it. And I had like close to 300 viewers on that stream. And so that was like, I literally went from 30 viewers from my other Valheim streams. Like that was like my record on a previous stream, was like 30 viewers to 300 viewers. And I was like, holy shit. It was weird to think about that. It's always these big milestones that sometimes, like as a creator inwardly, some people are like afraid to even hit them. Like I know I was sometimes. It's like some of us ask ourselves, it's like, oh, do we really want to grow that big? Do we really want to be that famous or other things, right? Because like there's also the concept of being like emotionally and personally ready for all of that. Oh, it's definitely a lot. Yeah, Mina, you watched the video from middle school. Yeah. So on our YouTube, just say that content creating from comfort of the home really helps actually talking to people on the way. Definitely. Hey, Trebbit, how's it going? Welcome. Can imagine streaming is awkward at first. Really develop great skills. Yeah, it's all in the practice and everything. Definitely. Yeah, a big jump for sure. Yeah. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions you want for Enshrouded building. Absolutely. I apologize if I can't get to every chat or anything, but yeah, all the questions you'd like, feel free. Let's see, I'm gonna turn off voxel details to get rid of this little roof block just because it's in my way at the time being. Let's turn these guys off. Okay. There we go. I can kind of see what I'm doing a little better. And we can continue all of this out. May need to kind of get on the side of it a little bit, but let's see. Love the Hobbit hole videos. Just watched them a while ago when it was live. Nice. Yeah. Feel like I'm never nervous or fumbling. Passed out if you saw 300 viewers. Yeah, almost hung up on a friend at a stream. Saw him having 38 people watching. Yeah. It's a lot. There's a lot of big jumps and stuff. My initial reaction to it, that some of you might even know, I'm slowly getting a little better at it. But, you know, using some of my tools from singing and stuff of trying to like actually warm up my voice before a stream. Going from 20 or 30 viewers to suddenly having 300 viewers and having chat go by so fast that I was like, oh my gosh, I can't read everyone's messages for the first time. And my voice would just get like crazy high register by the end of the stream. I would feel so tight, and I was like, I have to like just learn to even breathe. You know, I can get caught up into talking so fast, and I would literally clamp myself off and just have to end the stream because I couldn't talk anymore. So there's definitely a lot with it. Usually build in Valheim. You had an idea to start building. Happy with the build, but now you wanted to add, like in Valheim, stairs, some angle. Oh yeah, because it's all to the grid. So you can use, on YouTube, I have a video of building stairs with tables. It's actually the latest video that I posted on the channel. And then my next video, there's a staircase that I'm doing with the coffin lids flipped upside down. An idea that, that Joe was doing on one of his builds. And so, yeah, there's ways that you can use other pieces to build stairs and rotate them like Valheim. But it wouldn't be like, it's a lot of familiarity that you gotta kind of learn with the Enshrouded building system. It can be a little bit tough. And hey, Central Player, welcome. Sorry I didn't see your message earlier. Chip is definitely S-tier content and streams. I appreciate that. Very much so. Glad you guys enjoy it. Haven't done much streaming. Only waiting for an older rig for setting up OBS. Yeah. Interactions with people online in general have definitely improved. How you handle it. Yeah, people in person and everything. Definitely. It's a lot of there's actually a lot of personal development in doing content creation, which is part of the motive that I've been interested in starting this, personal channel back up again, to be able to talk a little more about that. Because I think it's, there's a lot. And I feel like, I've had other traumas and stuff happen with social experiences and things, and there's a lot of, getting over that and realizing certain things, and it's, definitely an interesting experience. There's a lot to learn from doing content creation. The YouTuber Emod4, you always reminding him to hydrate. Hey, I should probably do that. My chatbot is broken on YouTube. I gotta fix it. So I don't have it anymore. Seems like you can't plus reply to people in the chat. Yeah. You can just type their at, and then type their YouTube name. It'll usually do that. But yeah, sometimes it's a little funky. YouTube mobile versus desktop. Yeah, water's important, definitely. And I live in a really dry, deserty climate, so it doesn't help. That's for sure. That's why I usually stream, even with a perfectly optimized, warmed up voice. It's not good for me to stream and talk for more than about 3 hours. Because, then I just start doing a toll on my voice. How long have I been streaming for? In total, this channel has been around for about 4 years now. And I first started by streaming actually a Minecraft minigame called Bed Wars on Twitch. And then I realized how much cooler YouTube was when I built a new computer and I could use AV1 encoding. I switched to YouTube and kind of just been growing that ever since. And then when Valheim came out, Crimson and I he's one of my real life friends and plays some games and stuff, so reached out and we were like, hey, we're graduated now. Let's look for a fun, something fun to do, some fun game to play. And Valheim had just came out, and we were like, all right, let's give this a try. It was before the mountain biome was a thing and stuff. So I started posting a Valheim playthrough on my channel, and that was kind of the first not Minecraft content that I did, and I really enjoyed Valheim. I was like, hey, I really enjoy these survival games that, have beautiful graphics and stuff. That's kind of what got me started ever since in the niche that I'm in right now for YouTube. Just use a bad word, didn't even mean to. No worries, Irksome. Yeah, it helps a lot in Enshrouded to play with ideas. Worrying about it being perfect will stop you from finding cool building techniques. Yeah, definitely. Hey, T-Bird, back from lunch. What'd you miss? Not a whole lot in general, but we are doing the kind of the trim around the roof and such. So I'll actually do a far back shot pretty soon. We have one more side edge to do, and then we'll take a look at what we've got going so far. Let me destroy this scaffolding. We'll work our way to the other side. Gonna have to remind him to eat and drink in real life. There you go, there you go. You now have a new responsibility. Voice often dies out due to allergies. Yeah, it's actually a lot harder. I don't know if you guys have watched the streamer Emaru. She streams a lot on Twitch and stuff. She has a very similar voice thing that I have, where our voices just shift into the high register, and she's gotten very stuck in that because she streams, you know, a lot more than I do. And you can do it, you could deal with it, but it's not great for your voice. And I've been, yeah, really trying to find exercises or other things. Some people are just naturally have way easier time talking for long periods of time and stuff, you know. I just haven't been one of those people. Maybe my introvertness and lack of social skills as a kid or something. I don't really know, but I'm trying to work on it a little bit. In this game, do I recommend one massive base or several smaller bases? I know this is probably not the answer you're looking for, but both. I build this is kind of my big project, which is a huge village that I'm doing in the forest. And then I have lots of other tiny cozy bases and level 1 flame altars. Because it's a really... Some of my favorite builds are the cozy small builds because of how detailed this game is. It just makes for some really nice small builds. But I feel like if you're doing a big playthrough, having a big base with everything is definitely nice. Yeah, floating platforms are great, right? They're awesome. They're awesome. There comes a day when there's so many subs and followers on Chip's chat, you'll continue to watch the stream. You can definitely watch some YouTube builds as bedtime lullaby. Nice. I mean, you never know. You never know. I want to keep growing if I can. It's always fun. All right, so that side I already covered up. That's good. So now we just have the front of this section here. Yeah, we'll see. It's been a long time since like a launch of a game or a new update. But I think these streams have had like, yeah, we've got some decent viewers on here. I'll use the Windows button again to check. Yeah, 64 viewers right now. So yeah, lots of awesome people. So that's kind of like my average-ish for streams that aren't related to launches or updates. If I have launch or update streams, I'll get into the hundreds sometimes. So it kind of depends. But that's the thing with gaming as well, is because it's like you're relying on games, it's there's lots of slow periods with this channel, right? It can go all over the place. I could go from like 1 week having hundreds of thousands of views to then the next week just getting a few thousand views and having it be way slower because it's all kind of based on the hypes of games, right? So like I try to keep it alive with some stuff. The building is always fun because it can sometimes give people like newfound inspiration to have fun in the game again. So that's why build videos have done fairly well for me. And streams like this are just a fun way for me to connect with all of you guys, all the subscribers. You know, it doesn't bring too many new ones in, but it's always fun just to be able to connect in between build videos or in between other releases and things. I always enjoy it. But yeah, gaming is very dependent upon like trends, a little more so than other types of content. So that's often why, like, you know, it's a bit slow to grow a gaming channel if you're just focused on like a slower Let's Play series of a game that you never really established, like that was never really popular, because it's gonna be a little hard to grow it. Whereas with other channels, like I know this because I have the other personal channel, It's a very different growth concept when you have something that's like more evergreen content, as they call it. It's kind of relying on how you present it and not really on trends as much. Is there a building piece you miss Enshrouded from Valheim? Personally, think Enshrouded is fantastic with building options. You missed one or two things from Valheim. Just curious about my thoughts. That's a good question. I feel like... What should I say? Building pieces and Enshrouded. I really like the food system from Valheim. Decorating out kitchens in Valheim is lots of fun. Otherwise though, it's at this point with all the props that we can rotate and all the unique stuff we can do, I wouldn't really say there's much that I miss about Valheim. There's obviously all the rotation that we can do in Valheim, which is nice, but it's not really a specific building piece necessarily. Get this guy done, and I think 2 more moss pieces there. Oops. I want to get... Can I get one there? There we go. Okay. That's looking pretty good. I think that's about what I want. Just a little bit more covering the front end here. Let's try that. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Maybe something like that? That should work. Oh, am I missing, did I accidentally destroy roof blocks? Or what happened over here? I did. Alright. Well, there we go. Or is that, something's a little weird with the end here. I'll have to check on the other time. What you miss the most is create a circle for a tower. Yeah, those are nice, right? And here you kind of got to create the circle with blocks. Which is definitely possible, it's just a little different. You love live streams, your happy place? Yeah. It's chill. It's, whoa. That was a little close. About to fall off the roof there. Okay. Getting a little bit too risky here. Okay, I just want to make sure I did this roof right, which I did, so we're good. Alright, let's just hit the undo button there, and let's fly around. Back over to this side. Just to double check. It looks like I did do all of that. We should be ready to step back and take a look at it again soon. Kitchens, taverns, fun with the food displays. Yeah, definitely. Being able to make real circles in Enshrouded would be awesome. Add water blocks. Yeah, that would be... I hope we can get water blocks and not just be limited to the biome. That would be nice. Mentioning trends reminded me to ask, have you seen the build system in the new RuneScape? Yeah, I've had my eye on RuneScape. RuneScape Dragonborn. Yep. Cool blend of grounded, other modern takes, blueprints. Yeah, I might check it out. We'll see. I know a lot of people have been interested in it. I've been asked a lot to check it out. So we'll see. We'll see about that one. It does look pretty good. I will say that. And it does look kind of like a fun blend of a lot of stuff. Oops. Okay, we're taking long walks. Yep. Yeah, haven't purchased it yet. Waiting to see how much it grows. Enshrouded is your bread and butter for now. Yeah, that's kind of been my attitude a little bit. Found it out a little bit later. So I've been a little bit like, I'll wait and see how it goes for a little bit. Yeah. Jizzle trying to take a long walk away from the tavern. Right. Yeah. Hey, JP, how's it going? Well, look for a spot for the smaller builds. Do I prefer good views or proximity to resources? Also save your content and keep it up. Well, thanks. Yeah, I prefer views, if I'm being honest. Or like, maybe less views, but like the location in general. Because, at least if you're asking Enshrouded, Valheim, I look a little more resource-based. But in Enshrouded, because of the flame altar and fast travel thing, and all the ancient spires, like my next build for the build video that I'll be posting hopefully next week is over here. Cozy Forest Cottage. Is this really close to anything else on the map? Nah. But it's a freaking pretty spot. Yeah, it's not like... What do I want to say? This spot doesn't really have like a view of the sunset or sunrise. It's more of like a really thick, deep in the woods feel that I was going for this location. So yeah, it's more, I'd say less about views, more about like the feel I'm going for the build. If I'm building like a fortress or a tower, absolutely, I'd want like a cool view of the sunset. I'd be doing it for the views, right? Yeah, that's a good question though. Building is a little mad, just boxes in RuneScape. Yeah, it looked a little like, you know, it's certainly not going to surpass something like Enshrouded for me. It did look pretty good. And it looks like a fun game, just given that not many games like that have released lately. But if I did it, it feels like maybe it would just kind of be a tie-over until the next Enshrouded update or something, but I'm not fully sure. Let's do that to kind of close in the little curl there. All right, this is good. Let's get some of this scaffolding destroyed and take a look at what we've got so far. Hey, Story Bouquet, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, it's awesome to have so many people different places. The German language is so angry and spitting. That's funny. That's funny you say that. That was kind of how I experienced in German class. I know a lot of Spanish, but I didn't take a lot of German in school. Because I also live in a Latino neighborhood, so I wanted to know how to communicate a lot of Spanish. Similar to other languages too, like, you know, like Italian, which I'm part Italian, and also Portuguese and stuff. Glad to hear, Story. That's good. I'm doing well too. Having another fun building day. Yeah, German language is rough. It's a little harder to learn. Not to say plenty of places don't use it, but yeah, I decided to... I was actually required to take both languages, German and Spanish, in my school for the lower school years. But in middle school, I could pick which one I wanted to pursue, and I was like, all right, I think Spanish. Because there are more Spanish-speaking people. I'm glad I did, too, because I do a lot of contracting and construction work, and we have a lot of Latino people in that industry here, so being able to communicate with them has been nice. All right, we've got one more edge to do over here, actually. This is going to be quick, though. Just snap a few pieces of scaffolding and have at it. Just to fill in here. I know, I'm saving the suspense. It's okay. I'll be able to see how it looks from far away with the foliage turned on here soon. Let's just finish up this edge. These are easy. Just covering it. Took Latin in high school and remember very, very little of it. Yeah. It's hard to remember stuff like that if you don't use it a lot. I feel like muscle memory sticks with me really good, but languages and like more analytical stuff, like I don't remember much of the math I did and stuff. Like it's just not as close with me. Just hoping Enshrouded adds good ideas from other games, like the augmenting and gathering resources in the RuneScape game. Yeah. Yeah, RuneScape does have some cool stuff. The graphics looked a little weird. Like it was definitely like a stylized graphics. It looks like it has a lot of bloom, which I'm not as big a fan of for games, but it does look pretty good, all things considered. And it seems to be getting some decent reviews, so that's also good. Oh, you decided to switch to Japanese your junior year. Became available. Nice. Nice. I feel like, yeah. You never hired anyone for it, so you got thrown into Spanish. I feel like I would like to learn Japanese at some point if I could. I mean, even looking at the possibility of moving into Japan. Like, I'm in my 20s, and, like, it's impossible to get a life with the economy in the world today. Like, it's, like, I can't afford crap. It's a little rough. I'm kind of just hoping, like, you know, knowing, like, I'm not the only one. There's plenty of people dealing with this. Just gotta wait it out and trust that, like, eventually housing prices will come down a little bit or other stuff. Yeah, it's a little tough. I'm like other countries and other places I've considered living in sections. I'm just like looking for something affordable, decent climate. But, you know, Japan's got some nice stuff there. Hey Joe, how's it going? I'm having a good day, hope you are too. Spaghetti making me hungry at 3 a.m. right now. See. Definitely want to go to Norway and Sweden. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful there. Absolutely. Your daughter took Japanese in high school, did pretty good with it. Really got the accent down too. Nice. Alright, you guys ready? Let's take a look at what we've got. Gotta get back to the treehouse. No few Japanese words from anime, not enough to hold a convo. Oh, that's true. I forgot you can... Oh, whoops. Wrong flame altar. Sneak peek of the new small build. I don't have the interior yet on the Hobbit hole, but yeah, it's a Hobbit hole. You guys have kind of seen interiors of Hobbit holes before. Yeah, I forgot though that that anime, you know, some people literally learn Japanese from that. Sneak peek, yeah. Stay tuned. Next week, I hope to get that video out. It's like my best small cozy build. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. All right, let's check this mossy roof out. This is looking awesome. Ready for it? Let's turn on some foliage here. You saw me go in there. I was like, the two altars are close. I wasn't thinking. I was looking at chat. It's all good. You guys didn't see anything. What you did see, you've seen before. It's okay. Yeah, Ireland too. Yeah, definitely. Still Saber. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mandarin. Watching lots of Chinese, Korean, some Japanese series. Nice. Yeah. You saw nothing, right? Yeah, bonus content today. Hey, guys are big on the sneak peek. Hey, there wasn't that much there. You saw the doorways to the hallways. They were closed because it closes them every time I travel out of the flame altar. All right, check it out. There's the mossy roof. It's kind of in the shade. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit. It looks really good though. I'm very happy with that. Kind of flares out on the edges. We could do a tiny bit of touch up, but it's not bad. Really not bad at all. That's with all the foliage turned on. Could jump kind of out here a little bit too. Check it out. I think that turned out really nice. I really like it. Yeah, I'm part Irish and part Italian. That's kind of like, I'm over 3/4 of like both combined, so I feel like one or the other would be cool to visit or do. Yeah, the views you've seen are so amazing, definitely. Oh, nice. Your mother's side's from Ireland. Yeah, same here. Same here. I'm a Moss boss, right? Or Bob Moss of Enshrouded. Oh. Yeah, I think Moss Boss, that'd be a cool channel name. Yeah, we could go inside the dormers there. I don't have any interior done on the house just yet, but I'll show you on the inside for any of you that are new to the build. Bob Moss, there's a heck of a nickname, right? When I have the opportunity to visit Europe, why not visit Ireland and Italy? Both are beautiful countries. Yeah. I was like, I could have gotten Italian citizenship, but my dad forgot all the paperwork and like all the details. And then his dad has Alzheimer's, doesn't really remember any of it either. So it'll be a hassle if I wanted to try to get citizenship, but because I worked in the trades, I could do it that way, maybe. Or get like an Italian villa and remodel it, start the economy up again in the middle of nowhere. Who knows? All right, yeah, this is the moss roof, and I'm pretty stoked with how it turned out. That's gonna look sweet when the rest of it's done. So on the other streams, we'll keep working on the little section there and the little section out back, but we kind of got the main parts done here, which looks great. It'll look nice, especially when we get all the windows in, some little lanterns and stuff hanging down, all of the interior and stuff done, all the walls and stuff, the little decks and porches and seating and stuff. It'll really come along. But let's check out the dormers on the inside here. It's a big interior. It's a big build. This is how I did them. So they're actually just the roof block for the whole exterior, which meshes nicely. And I didn't fill in above them yet. I haven't gotten around to that because those all be windows. So I'm not quite sure where I want the windows yet. So I've just kind of left them open for the most part. Same thing here, just left a big gap because I don't know exactly where I want the window placements. But yeah, it's all just the roof blocks. That's how it looks from the inside. Sure, every now and then a little bit of foliage sticks in the roof from the moss, but that would kind of technically be realistic if it was just like a plank roof with moss over it. A little bit maybe, but I don't mind that too much. Then we've got like a little step down onto both sides. We'll have plenty of room for all the bedrooms, which are going to go up here for the villagers. And then underneath is going to be like, this will probably be the main kitchen and dining area. So we'll have like balconies hanging out with a bunch of seats and dining and another little balcony onto the lower level and stuff. I'm just thinking like playing with height and all sorts of cool dimensions. We could even have like some seating alongside the wall, like elevated seating and other cool stuff. And then we'll have like kind of the base level here. And then might even do like a cellar basement underneath it for like a winery or something along those lines. It's a big build. It really is. It's taken a while, but it's been fun. Yeah. Mixing the flower soil and moss works so well. Yeah, I think it is. I did it for the barn roof that I did, and I really liked how it turned out using the combination of the two. A little bit less like colorful than just flower soil, but just kind of has the mossy texture too. So ever since then, because when I did the treehouse, we didn't have the mountain biome out, so I couldn't do the moss for that. Just did the flower soil, which also looks good. Got a yak on the roof, man. I don't know how they get up there. And that their pathing is like bad enough to get upstairs, and he got on the roof somehow. Oh golly. Yeah, I see some of the grass peeking through the roof. Oh, you do love that. Yeah. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool. And sneak peek, the new build that I'm doing right now, I used Vuka nesting material for a straw roof on it. I think it looks amazing, actually. It's kind of a cool contrast to the greenery in the forest. But that stuff, because it's got a lot of texture on it, it pokes through the roof a bit, but it's not too bad. So you guys will, yeah, stay tuned for next week for that build video. I don't know exactly the day it'll come out, because I got a lot of interior decorating to do. But I do hope to get that out, and it'll be a really cool video, and you guys can see what it looks like to do the Vuka nesting material for a roof instead of the moss. I did not use the rake. Yeah, we did block by block. Feel free either on Twitch, the stream will be up for 14 days, or it'll be up for a long time on YouTube. You could re-watch it, but that's what we're doing in these streams, is building the mossy roof on the tavern. For everybody that questions how I do the mossy roofs. So it's a long and slow process, but it's very rewarding. It turns out really nice when it's done. Take a look at it in the sun and stuff. It does look pretty cool on such a big scale too. I've never done it that big before. Yeah. Yeah, fertilizer on the barn roof, right? Could totally plant some stuff on those little flat sections. Yeah, I did. I put ice in the water trough on the inside. Yeah, if any of you haven't seen the interior of the barn, I could go in there. Got a little grapple into the loft. That's how I get in without the animals getting out. Yeah, we've got animals on the stairs, of course. And all the hungry animals, because I haven't fed them yet. Yep. But they're cozy in here. I've got their little water trough with the ice right there. That's what I did for now. They've even got like a wood stove, man. They're living in a bougie barn. Definitely enjoy the laid-back process of the stream. Launching and hanging out with everyone. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's fun for me too. I enjoy building, chatting with you guys. Gotta hop off now. Great stream. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day. No worries. Hope you do too, Medicine Captain. Thanks for stopping by. I might still have some animals in the chest, yeah, because I had to... Enshrouded at least fix their over-spawning bugs, so that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, Joe, you're gonna keep pressuring me to put some plants on the roof. Maybe we will for a build. Love the chill streams too. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's always fun. So if any of you guys want to keep talking about stuff or share some cool builds and all that stuff, then feel free to join the Discord server. I have a link in the description on YouTube and should be able to just pull it up in the Twitch chat or in the Twitch homepage. I've got a link for it as well, for any of you that aren't in there. And of course, be sure to like the stream and subscribe or follow on Twitch, or both. And with that, I guess stay tuned for the next one, or the build video for YouTube, whichever one will come first. Because I'm pretty stoked about it. The next super cozy build video, it will. I'm trying everything I can to get it out before the next Enshrouded update, so we can dive into the Shroud with some fun exploration for the next big update, which should be coming in May. So that'll be exciting. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining. I had a lot of fun, and hope you all have a great rest of your day or evening. And I will see you in the next one. Alrighty. Cheers, everyone.